Vanessa. How are you?
Hi Luna, how you doing?
I'm well. So tell me, you work at GMHC. You've been here for a while. Tell us a little bit about the work that you do here.
Yeah, I've been at GMHC for 6 years, and basically I work in the Women's Institute, the Lesbian AIDS Project. And what I basically do is go out in the public. I do a lot of outreach in different communities, and my job is really to educate people, to teach them about prevention tactics to protect themselves from HIV, AIDS, and other sexually transmitted diseases.
Hmm. Why do you feel that's important to go out into the community and do outreach? Why do you think that's important?
Well, the HIV epidemic is running rampant against with black people and black African American and Hispanic people, and people really, even though the epidemic has been around for about 27 years, people are still not educated on how it's contracted. You know, I run into people every day who really don't know how it's contracted. They still think that eating from somebody's spoon or sitting on the toilet, all those old stigmas that were around years ago, they think that that's how it's contracted.
Hmm.
So I'm here to shatter that dream that they have, that
Hmm.
and give them the real facts on how HIV is contracted.
Hmm. Okay. And one of the projects that you were a part of was the First Ladies Care. What was that about?
Yes, I did this First Ladies Care campaign. Um, my thought behind doing it was that uh, preachers and reverends in churches around New York City, they have a lot of influence over their congregation. So if the pastor says we're going to learn about HIV, everybody will be all in, and they'll
Hmm.
be interested in learning about HIV and how it's contracted. You know, but other than that, the stigma is something that people don't talk about,
Hmm.
and people not interested in getting to know about. But if the pastor says it, then everybody's all in.
Hmm.
So I chose this church because this was my aunt's church.
Hmm.
My aunt had been a member of this church for about 40 years. And so I chose this church because me as a child, I had been to this church and it was a huge congregation. And I figured it was a way to educate people about HIV and AIDS.
Hmm.
So we created the fans because the fans are widely used in Baptist churches. In the summertime, it gets hot up in the church, and people use the fans. So this is the first lady of the First Baptist Church of Crown Heights, which is on Eastern Parkway and Rogers in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
And we asked her about her view on HIV and AIDS. And on the back, it says, First Ladies take a stand for HIV and AIDS. And her personal comment was, HIV and AIDS, I gotta read it. First, HIV and AIDS has touched all our lives. The time for us to reach out is now.
Hmm.
So this message was sent out to the congregation. We had over 1,000 fans that we sent to the First Baptist Church of Crown Heights, and they were given out to the congregation. I did a presentation at the church on October 17th on one Sunday after service, and the fans were distributed. And I had read some statistics about HIV and AIDS, and I saw a lot of the mouths drop, like they couldn't believe the statistics.
Hmm.
Like the statistics are real; they speak for themselves. And in the black community, the Hispanic community, youngsters, our teens are being affected by this. And I feel that it's very, very, very vitally important that our teens know how this epidemic
Hmm.
is spread. So,
That's powerful having a church
yes,
support the work.
yes, yes. You know, huge congregations, pastors have the influence. They have the influence to change society. Changing the social norms, changing how people think about HIV and AIDS. A lot of people who are positive, they come to the church as a form of refuge.
Hmm.
People who are also gay and lesbian, they go to the church. And sometimes they suffer in silence because they feel like they can't let people know who they are and what they're living with. So it's very important that people can go to church and let the pastor know, listen, I've been sick, I've been living with this disease, and, tell them who they are so they can get the help that they need from the church that they're
Hmm.
going there for in the first place.
Was that campaign successful at the church?
It was very successful. It was very successful.
Hmm.
You know, I'm still trying to contact the church again because I want to do like a health fair. I want to do a health fair with the church, maybe a back to school health fair. That's the idea that I'm going on right now, and have a testing van out there and get people tested in the community of Crown Heights.
So, how does one get involved? People that are listening and watching you, how does one get involved in this field if they wanted to support the work that we do at GMHC?
As far as donations, what do you mean?
Oh,
Exactly.
like support, like volunteering or
Oh, we have a
coming in to
volunteer
support.
department. You know, our website is www.gmhc.org, and there are many ways to volunteer and to help our organization in many different ways.
Mm. And why is this important for you? This type of work.
Well, my passion is I had a cousin who passed away, and I saw him as a big heavyset man. Then I saw him a year later as a skinny man. I saw him a year later. He was in a wheelchair, and then he passed away. And I found out he had AIDS. And you know, and from talking to people and listening to different people who are positive, I hear them say their struggle just being in society, wanting to be a normal person, wanting to be accepted by people. And it's very important that people who are positive are accepted because they are people too, you know, and they need love too, you know. So my passion is to educate people, to save lives. If I could save one life of someone who's making a decision to practice safe sex and use a condom, use a dental dam, use the finger cocks that we have, to use that and protect themselves, if I could save one life, then my job is done.
That's a beautiful way to end. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You do very empowering work.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And I hope I get a lot of hits on this on YouTube.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.